Located in Rexburg, Idaho, down 4th West from Main Street, Four Paws Pet Adoptions is a house unlike any other.
I got a call one day from Great Britain, a man, and he wanted to speak to the mama. And he said, "I heard you bought a house for cats, is that right?" And I kind of laughed, and I said, "Well, it isn't just for cats, it's for people too."
Bobbette Carlson has always had a love and connection with animals.
I was always told, don't go to the city pound. If you do, you'll have all those animals in your house. And you know I won't. Well, guess what?
So we put together a swap meet and pet fair. And in 2 days, we adopted 27 animals and we raised $4,000. And when it came time to take the cats back to the city shelter, we just couldn't do it. And so they ended up over to Bobbette's house. After 6 years of having it in her home, and 65 cats in her garage, and people showing up at her door 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, she couldn't do it anymore.
The new facility was and is a lot better than the mobile home that had been donated earlier, but even Four Paws' current location has gone through some changes.
When we first bought the home, it had a small back porch out here, which we enclosed with cat-proof fencing. And one of the hazards of that is it can be cut, and some lovely person took a lighter to it and melted a hole in it and let out about 40 cats. Actually, because that happened, it led to us applying for a grant.
When we first started in this, everybody kept saying, you need to get a grant, you need to get a grant. But they'd say, you need a grant writer for that. There was a woman from Idaho Falls that kept encouraging me. She said, you need to write. She says, I just have a feeling you will get it. I said, okay. And I said to my husband, I said, I can write that grant. So I did, and the first time it did not go through. And the woman that encouraged me to, she said, you go back in again. And I said, okay. The next time I made portfolios for everyone on the board. I had pictures, I had documentation of everything, and we got it. That was the $7,000 for the windows. And to do this concrete, we did all the work ourselves that we could do. And I felt if they can see that we're trying, they'll be more apt to help us out.
Four Paws is home to many cats. They share their home with all the people who care for them. But it's not just volunteers and buyers that come to visit.
You would not believe the numbers we have come in here for pet therapy. A lot of college students, they're away from home for the first time. Things aren't working out for them. They're depressed. They come in here to get a lift and to have the love of an animal. Some of them miss their pets from home. And we get a lot of special needs people in. I had 2 different groups of special needs in today. And some of them I've even had 2 that's apologized for the way they are. And I said, not necessary. I said, we all have special needs. So don't feel that way. It's like a roller coaster. You have some down things that are upsetting, and then again, you have such wonderful stuff that happens that it just gets to be really exciting.
Well, the cats can open everything. Oh, we've had to put locks on all the drawers and the cupboards, and sometimes we forget to lock them, and so then we come in and they've unloaded all of the towels or the newspapers that line the cages or whatever. But they also turned the oven on when we were storing papers in there, and thank heaven it happened when we were here, because I look over there and there's smoke billowing out, and we had a fire. It had caught the papers and stuff on fire that were inside, so we put it off and pulled all the knobs off.
A lot of people are very, very surprised when they come in. If they come here, they can just sit and relax and pet the cats and take their time. We don't encourage people to hurry. Let the cat pick you. I've actually had people ask me, do you live here? There's times I could, though. It'd be very comfortable in here. Everybody's welcome and everybody's accepted.
Bobbette, Jody, and many other volunteers do a lot to make it comfortable and relaxing at Four Paws. They realize not every pet is so lucky to have a home like the one they provide.
Most people don't like to go to a pound or a shelter to adopt an animal. They think if I don't adopt that cat, it will be killed. And most often that is the case.
Any animal that comes in here is safe, and until the day that the right person comes along and they're adopted into a new home. The only time that we have ever had to euthanize is if one of the animals is suffering. And for the most part, we are a cage-free facility, unless we've got a sick animal or one that needs to get used to everybody first.
Four Paws refuses to put down a healthy cat. That's another thing those that volunteer here are proud to say. Occasionally that means it gets a bit crowded in here. The expanded back porch helps, but Four Paws still finds it's pinching pennies to provide the quality care the cats enjoy here.
We used to do fundraisers and that, but it's very hard to make much on fundraising in Rexburg.
We run solely on donations and fundraising. We are not supported financially by city, county, state. Everything is either earned or donated. And so you can donate online at PayPal, or you can drop a check in the mail, drop something by our house. And if you don't have cash, if you're at the grocery store and they've got a sale on paper towels, we're always needing paper towels, litter, dish soap, laundry soap, all of those things. Last year, we spent $72,000 caring for the animals here. We're always looking for good, hardworking volunteers.
While volunteers are always welcome, Jody says that often means more than just petting cats. There is a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes on here, and any help they receive is greatly appreciated.
A lot of love here.
From Four Paws in Rexburg, this is Joshua Gourley.